What is up everyone, Movieman back again with another review, and this is actually a first for the channel today. This is a documentary review. I've never actually reviewed a documentary before on this channel, but here goes. And this is Blood and Betrayal, the murder of the Essex boys, and this is directed by Trevor Drain and attempts to tell the full details and full story of what actually happened on the 6th of December 1995, in which 3 men were killed in a Range Rover. Now, I'm going to be honest, guys, this is going to be a fairly short review. I can't give too many details away. You kind of just have to go in this, make your mind up, and hear the stories for themselves. But I'm going to say how the documentary sort of plays out. But me and my friends are big fans of the Rise of the Foot Soldier films. I have seen them all, even the latest one. Pretty good movie as well. And it's weird how many of them movies there actually are now. I've reviewed a few of them on the channel before. So I was always going to check this out. You know, I've always been intrigued as to what really happened, because you get so many conspiracies and so many people saying what they think really happened with that fateful night of these 3 gangsters being killed. And even the movie, the first Rise of the Foot Soldier film, actually gives you 3 different endings, because they don't actually know what really happened there, and it's up to you to make your mind up. So this is something I definitely wanted to watch, and if you're a fan of their movies as well, probably something you want to check out yourself. But I was very surprised to see that this documentary wasn't really messing around with some of the people they get on board here. Craig Rolfe's brother is actually in this, who's been going under a different name for many years, and he's decided to come and tell his story of what Craig was like. He feels like he owes it to his brother there. So we hear from him from the first time, I believe is what the first time. We have got the head detective who is leading the case, and he tells his events of what really happened and stuff. And there's other people in there who are involved with Tony Tucker and Pat Tate and stuff, all friends of theirs. So I was quite surprised how many people they actually got on board here to give their version of events. Now, this documentary does attempt to explain some of the conspiracy theories that people have put out there, and it does go around all different avenues. So it doesn't feel like it's mainly one-sided, but I do think towards the last 30 minutes of this documentary, it does lean very heavily into one direction. I'm not going to say what that direction is, but after watching this, you kind of get on board with it. I mean, it sort of quashes a lot of things and answers a lot of questions. And I don't think this is having a stab at conspiracy theorists or fan-made theories or anything like that. It's basically just giving all the evidence in front of you, and it's very, very hard to disagree. So I was happy to see this documentary actually giving all the finer details of what, you know, actually probably did happen that night. And after watching this documentary, I've kind of made my own mind up now as to what I think actually happened as well, with the help of this. So I think it will quench your theory, if you like. And if you've been thinking of what might have happened, what you think did happen, what the real story that was told in the newspapers and stuff, if you're mixed on what you actually think really did go down, I think this documentary will answer them questions for you. However, you do really have to keep up with this documentary, especially at the first 30 minutes. Everything moves very, very quickly. There's so many, I wouldn't say characters because they're real people, but so many people's names being thrown right into the mix there. And you've kind of got to just keep track of who they're talking about. And there's this little link tree, like this family tree that keeps coming on the screen of how they're linked with this person and stuff. And you've really got to remember their names and how they are sort of associated with the other one. So it does demand your attention, but after that initial first 13 minutes, you start to get the flow of the documentary. I just wish it kind of would have took its time a little bit more there. And it was always interesting to hear some of the stories that aren't necessarily linked to the final case, what we're searching for here, but more leading up to the murder of these characters. You know, all these little stories of what happened with Pat Tate when he was abroad and stuff, how people felt about Tony Tucker and Craig Rolfe when they met them personally. And that was just all interesting to hear, especially when you've seen them portrayed one way in the movies. It's nice to hear the real life events and what people thought they were like, you know, in the gangster world that they were living in and how they dealt with one another. All in all, guys, I was very satisfied with watching this documentary. I'm glad I've seen it now, and I think, like I said, I think I've just made my own mind up now. I don't want to tell you what path this goes down, but I think it's very, very hard to argue with the facts that are put in front of you here. So it's something I'm glad I've watched now, and I've sort of laid any conspiracy theories I had or any version of events that I thought I had, and hearing people's other thoughts when I've been working with them or friends, and I can just safely say now that I think I know the answers. Hey guys, I'm just going to go ahead and rate this documentary. Now, if you're a fan of the Rise of the Foot Soldier movies or ever been interested in this case, definitely check this documentary out. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Yes, I was very interested from the start, and something that, you know, true crime is always a good documentary to watch anyway. So even if you're not that interested in this case, it still might float your boat if that type of thing is what you like to watch. Okay guys, hope you all enjoyed this review. Please subscribe and give this video a like. I hope you all can leave a comment down below as well. What are your version of events of this case? What do you think actually happened? And are you a fan of the Rise of the Foot Soldier movies? Are you going to be checking this documentary out? Thanks so much guys. You all take care, and I'll see you all in the next video.